Hi everyone. Today we are going to start with our new chapter, The Adventure of Toto. This Adventure of Toto is an amusing story written by Ruskin Bond. This story features the antic of a naughty monkey named Toto. The narrator's grandfather was very fond of animals, and one day he brought Toto from a Tangawala worth rupees 5. Right? Grandfather has a big collection of animals and in his private zoo, such as tortoise, squirrel, then parrot, and donkey, etc. And Toto was a new addition to this group. Toto was a very cute little baby monkey and with sparkling eyes and was very mischievous kind of animal. So let us see the summary of this chapter with a big explanation. So here we start. The Adventure of Toto. The story narrates the adventure that followed after the narrator's grandfather, who was an animal lover, bought Toto, a monkey. The story begins with the grandfather buying Toto from a Tonga driver for 5 rupees. Toto was pretty and looked so out of place that grandfather decided to add him to his private zoo. However, he was afraid of grandmother, who did not like him bringing home as many pets as he liked. So, the narrator and grandfather brought Toto home and decided to keep him a secret from grandmother. Toto was extremely mischievous. The narrator, at one point in the story, writes that if there is a part of brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. Toto, on his first day, ripped open the peg to which he was tied and shredded the narrator's blazer and tore it up the wallpaper that grandfather had chosen for the walk. Toto was then transferred to the servants' quarters where he lived with the other pets. Usually, most of the grandfather's pet got along well with each other. However, Toto kept all of them awake at night. To prevent further such issues, grandfather decided to take Toto with him to Dehradun. However, the journey was not the one grandfather was expecting. He and Toto made it through the most of the trip without any incident, but at the railway station turnstile, Toto suddenly poked out his head out of the bag and scared the ticket collector. The ticket collector thought Toto was a dog and charged poor grandfather 3 rupees extra. Grandmother finally accepted Toto and gave him a comfortable home at the stable. He his companion was their donkey Nana. However, when grandfather came to stable to make sure that Toto was comfortable, he saw poor Nana struggling because Toto had jumped on her head and bitten her ears. Then Toto loved the warm bath that grandmother prepared for him. It was a treat for him, for Toto. He would expertly check the temperature of the water first and then enter the bathtub 1 foot. Then he would soak and soap himself, rub soap. Once he almost boiled himself because he did not realize that the kettle was still on the fire, and he was saved by grandmother who pulled him out of the kettle in just in time. One day grandmother had made pulao. When everyone entered the dining room, they saw Toto sitting on the table and stuffing himself with the pulao. He threw a plate at grandmother who had screamed at him. He also threw a glass of water at one of the narrator's aunt. And then Toto jumped out of the window in the dish of with the dish of pulao also. He climbed at the way up to the jackfruit tree and ate all the rice while everyone watched. Finally, to take revenge on grandmother who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down the tree and laughed when it broke into pieces. Anyhow, this incident made everyone, especially grandfather, realize that they could not keep Toto for long. Right? He was becoming very expensive for them to keep because he kept destroying all the things. They could not keep replacing them all the time. So, grandfather took Toto back to the Tonga driver, but he could only sell him back for 3 rupees only. Thank you.